Join leading psychics Tracey Lee and Mary King as they share the stories we all want to hear and connect us to the other side.
I feel like wherever it is, he's shown me it's the happiest times. He's shown me there's a lake or a river that comes out to the beach and there's a point. And he's shown me coming down on a boogie board, like it's on a current. Do you know where that is? It's a holiday that you've taken.
It might have been camping, because we used to go camping.
I feel like this is after he passed, and it's to do with Zane. It's to do with the boy.
To do with Zane.
Because he shows me he's gone on this holiday or he's gone on this trip, but he showed me doing this in spirit, because it's like I'm shit stirring or I'm stirring them up. And the reason he brings it up is that Zane must be his brother's son, not his sister's son. Is it your...
his sister's son.
Sisters, because he shows me the brother, which would be then Zach, could be the brother-in-law, but I see him and I see a sense of guilt or sadness, and it's like I want to say to him, don't feel bad or don't feel guilty. It's like I want you to enjoy your life. I want you to enjoy the trip. I don't want you to feel bad. And I think it's so lovely that he acknowledges him like a brother, because I don't think they were overly close here. I'm not saying they hated each other or anything like that.
No, they weren't overly close, but they had a connection.
Yeah.
Trent would sit and speak to him.
And it's that thing of, it's like when Tracey shows me I'm away, we're having fun, I see the boogie board, the boy, like what you're saying. And then it's that thing of, I feel this guilt or this sadness, and he doesn't want that. There was never any regret. There was never anything bad said. There's no need for that. It's like, let's just, move on, be happy. He shows me like wanting to talk about how to move forward for you now. Like he wants to talk about what's the next step for you now, how to move forward from it. And he showed me he wants this podcast in some way to help people to move on from this, where, sometimes you can't get that closure where you have the body or you have that, but how do you move forward?
I think it will come eventually.
Yeah,
though.
it will. It definitely will.
So what does your boy look like? You got a photo to show us?
Please show us.
He's pretty cute stuff.
He looks like you.
He looks
exactly like
Who's
you.
Con.
Yeah.
Con.
He said con man.
There's been,
I said be quiet.
Yeah, that'd be right. Yeah. That's him playing up as usual.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
Who's
was
Con?
Con. Well, he wouldn't have known. We knew.
No, someone passed that's next to your mum, behind your mum. So it's either
it might have been
a great uncle or an uncle or
with
something.
the name Con. That's really
It's Greek.
Yeah. And that was him as well.
You know what? I'm looking at those eyes of his. He's intense. He
Oh.
didn't suffer fools. He might have given everyone a chance, but he did not
Oh,
suffer.
And I
no,
love the
he
fearlessness in him.
Yeah.
Like, I love the fearlessness. Like, he's not scared of anything, but there's a kindness there. It's not like a maliciousness or a meanness. And there's an honesty there with him. Like, you can
He
tell
was
this
so
is someone
honest.
who's so incredibly honest.
Integrity.
He wouldn't
Yeah.
tell you if he was protecting somebody or
Yes.
looking after somebody, he would not disclose any
No,
information
because he
about
wouldn't
that
put them
person
in
because-
danger.
No, and even like privacy, like
Yeah.
their privacy.
Yeah, he doesn't
He
want them
wouldn't-
judged.
Yeah, he doesn't want them
Yeah.
judged, and
Yeah.
say like people that he was looking after or whatever,
Yeah,
and trying to get them back on track. He wouldn't disclose anything about them.
yeah.
And then he even got me to get them jobs at Chop Rock, my cafe. So I had them all working there as well. He'd
I
bring them
love
all
it.
in, and they need a free feed. You'd come in, they're all sitting there. Oh, don't worry, Mum. Okay.
Start a homeless charity. I love it. What a great guy. But he said, look, it had to be him. It's like exactly what Tracey says. You've nailed it, Trace, where it's going to come out. But he showed me that when it does, it's going to be such a big thing.
Media.
And he said that, it had to be him to be part of a bigger thing. Like, he was never going to be the guy who disappears quietly. When it comes out, it's going to be a big investigation. It's not just his passing. There's a whole series of events here. And it does hinge a lot on that guy who's in prison and on Josh. And these other connections, the Todd, all these things, I think that's all going to come to the surface. Yeah, because he's not part of the gang, if that makes any sense, but there is a Wanderers connection to him. So I feel like it'd be someone easy to find.
I just think when it happens, you might even end up on that Liz Hay show, because I see media.
Well, that's what he said, is he wants you to write a book.
I am writing my
Yeah,
book.
he really wants the book, and he
I'm
said
writing
that
my
your ending will come in time for the book. Like, it's like there's going to be an ending that you're going to get to write into this book. And he said that by the time you get to that end point, there's going to be a resolution where you get to do that, and it won't just be the coroner inquest. But he did show me the coroner inquest that's happening now is finding a lot of faults in the police investigation, and that's going to be re-examined because they're not just faults due to COVID, it's faults due to actually overlooking things or not looking into. There's going to be some sort of like, oh, well, you glossed over that, that's convenient, why? I'm not saying police corruption as such, but where the negligence
I
has
don't
just
think
been
they
a bit...
thought it was as big as what it was going to be.
that could be it. That
I
could be
think
it.
they thought he was going to come back. He's just one of these blokes that has just gone a bit
We're
AWOL.
busy, we'll let this go, this is not a big deal, something will turn up.
We've had three. We had three lots of detectives working on it.
Yeah,
but then
I feel one is really good. There's
there
one
was
detective
actually
who's
there's
really
two,
good.
but then the first ones, it just so happened that I knew.
Yeah.
Well, it's like conflict of interest or whatever.
Yeah.
But I knew somebody that they knew, so we had to take them off the case, and then. The second one, Joe, he got too emotionally involved in the case, and he loved it because even when he told me he was off the case, he started crying. I was crying because we got really connected.
Is it with state crime or is it with the police station?
With the police,
police
station, but now it's
they'd have to go to state crime.
Now it's the Solicitor General's looking at it.
Because he showed me the detective who's very invested and is not letting it go.
Yeah, and Chris is good as well, the one that's in back. He moved to Liverpool and then they took him off the case and they said, plus he's too emotionally involved. Yeah. And so now another detective's taken over.
Is that Chris is the other one who's taken over?
In Bankstown.
He really
he's
likes
lovely
him.
Though,
that guy is going to be the one to get your result.
Yeah, he
said to me, Mum, I want him to win. He showed me that this guy is going to be the one to get the result, but what Chris is not realising is that this is going to be a bigger thing. Yeah. He's just investigating Trent, but it's like the other pieces of the puzzle are going to come together. This guy's going to piece together a much bigger crime syndicate.
I see the bigger police. I see like state crime, and I feel like it's organised crime. I feel like it's a big. It is. It's not just this one detective. I think it's going to be bigger than him.
And Trent just went in to defend a mate.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's funny because it's his passing, and this is what's so beautiful about him. It's him going missing that's what's going to lead to this. Otherwise, this wouldn't be known.
No, that's
so
right.
in a way, his death did have meaning. Because
it's going to bring
maybe
all this
save
to life.
A few other people.
Yeah, because the other people who go missing, it sounds terrible, but they are involved. It's not as
part of a jigsaw,
cared about. Do you know what I mean? Like that, they're hidden. But Trent wasn't part of this, so him going missing, it sparks a lot more publicity. They made the biggest mistake by doing this with him because. But either way, it was going to happen, is what they showed me, because he was going to go and try to mediate something, make it worse in that way. He showed me he was always going to expose this, but in him exposing it, it's going to change a lot. It's going to bring a lot about. He reckons there's even going to be a law that will be changed in time as a result of him, but we're talking like 10 years down the track. So
I think DNA and all of that forensic stuff will just improve. And I think that's how they'll find stuff more.
I can't see why they can't go back to that red car.
Exactly.
Even if it's being sold.
They
I
should
said
be able
that
to go
to them
back.
because my daughter's a doctor, and she said, look, the DNA, it doesn't matter if they try to wash it down. They'll never get rid of that DNA.
And that's where
I said that so many times. Get the number plate, because straight away he was driving an Audi. He didn't. And when you normally go to sell a car, you would still drive that car around until it's sold. But he didn't. He stopped driving it that night.
Yes.
And he drove an Audi.
Is this
the one who's in prison?
One that's in prison. He started driving an Audi, and then he sold it a week later.
How can he afford an Audi if he was?
Because he reckons it was a shit one.
I think he borrowed it from one of his friends, an Audi.
Yeah. Because that's where he showed me they're going to look back at the investigation and go, okay, things weren't done right. But it's no reflection on who's handling the case now. It's whatever was happening at the time.
There was a lot happening at the time. A lot happening at the time.
So it's going to get rehashed.
For sure, I think it is going to go bigger than what we.
And he said, "Mum, my T-shirt."
Oh, I left his T-shirt. I brought his T-shirt, went to bring his T-shirt down that he wore all the time. And I took it out and I put it on the lounge. I thought, I'm not taking a T-shirt down. A green one.
No, he's having a bit of a go at you.
Oh, because he loved that T-shirt.
He's so happy you've got his chain. And he said, the other things you've got, bring them out, because I feel like touching them is going to bring up more. Like he showed me it's going to... He wants to fire Tracey up.
And I thought I'd be stupid taking it down.
He wants to fire you up. He said, let her touch my stuff.
Yeah, look, he probably will. It's his sparring glove, look at it. His actual boxing gloves
He
Zane
said, "Do you
claimed
know
those
Tracey
straight away.
used to fight?" I said, "No. Did you used to do martial arts?"
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he likes you.
As a child, not as an adult, as a
He
child.
reckons you've got game.
Yeah, I'm from the western suburbs,
Yeah,
mate.
you do alright.
So
I love it.
Yeah, no,
do you want his chain?
Yeah, please. That'd be lovely. I'd love to have a feel of it. And that's funny.
Who was the girl that was around him?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, he was engaged.
Right, because he's talking
He was
about
engaged for 5 years.
But it looks like they were broken up.
Yeah, then they're engaged. They were going to get married, and then at Christmas time,
Was
she
it deceit?
Yes, she found somebody else, and
Yeah,
by
'cause
April she married somebody else.
Because he said to me, he just said, "Oh, she broke my heart. She just wouldn't wait, and then she did the wrong thing."
Yeah, she did.
And he said that she didn't have to do that. So I know we're talking about the murder and that, but he's brought up her. As soon as I held the gloves, I went, "Oh, he's got a broken heart."
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Ever since they broke up, he was never the same because he was with her. And when Trent gives you love,
He
and
devotes.
devotes your love, it's
loyal.
100. It's
Yeah.
so loyal.
Yeah, he's very loyal. That's
So,
one thing I've
so
got to
loyal.
say about him. I never see cheating, infidelity.
No, he would,
Even in joking around about other women, he's not
No,
really
he's very.
that person.
He was very.
Yeah.
He was so
Very
loyal.
proper.
He is, isn't he?
Very
He
proper.
is.
The man that he sparred with before he passed, who was that?
He's devastated.
I don't know. I know one of the guys from King's Academy did come down.
Yeah.
Where's King's Academy?
It's at the end where Henry Lawson Drive, you know, the traffic lights.
Yeah.
And it goes into Newbridge, is it Newbridge
Yeah,
Road?
yeah.
I think King's Academy, where the traffic lights are, is
Where the
direct
McDonald's
on
are.
the other side of McDonald's, but further up towards the
But
lights.
that's what was weird. He said to me,
I keep seeing
I
that
didn't
area.
go that morning. He didn't go that morning.
Didn't go to training.
I don't think he did. He was supposed,
said
to
to me, "I
meet
didn't
somebody
go."
that night from
And
King's.
that's where the alarm bells went off, as he didn't go that morning. And for him to miss a morning is really rare. So he didn't go. I feel like I'm meeting this person, I'm doing all these other things. Yeah,
It was a big reason not to go though.
yeah, there was.
But it's
because
a
he
big
had
reason
to
because
defend
he
this
wouldn't
He would
person.
never miss
Miss
because
training.
he'd swim.
Yeah.
He'd swim first. He'd go to the 50-metre lap pools.
He said in Speedos.
Oh,
I said,
yeah,
settle
that'd be
down.
right.
Settle down. We're
He's
talking
just-
about how respectful
He
he
didn't
is.
know he's stirring you up.
He is. He's playing with me. He hates things to be too serious. Do you
No, I
notice that
know.
about him? Like when it gets too much, it's like he's got a joke. You know.
He did 2Ks. He used to do 2Ks.
Oh my
He used to do
God.
50 metres,
Oh
and I
my
think
God.
50 times the 50 metres or something.
Wow.
It's 2K.
Every single morning.
Wow.
Is that
Telling me.
2K?
I
That's
don't
what
know.
he did.
He's telling me 2K. He said
Oh
I
my
did 2K
gosh.
every morning.
Yeah, every morning.
Because he's telling me that was his cardio because he didn't like it.
Wow.
Yeah,
But he likes that. He liked
He
it. I can
loved
see him in with the goggles and I can see
yeah,
him.
he did.
He's swimming and I can see and he just looked at me and said 2K. It's 2K. And I'm like, righto mate, good on you. I want
Yeah.
to, I want to
Yeah.
do
Oh,
150
he'd be
metres.
he'd make sure he told you how
Yeah, he
far
did.
he
He said
swam.
I said 2K. But I feel there's something with the girl, like whatever happened with that girl, I feel like there was something else going on there as well. I don't know that, I'm not saying, I
Yeah.
just feel that there's something not right with the girl, the fiance.
Yeah, I think she actually lost one of her toes as she was off work for
Yeah.
a long period
How'd
of
she lose
time.
her toe?
She was working in this kitchen company or something, and one of the
Oh,
bench
ouch.
tops
Yeah.
went, and then
Ouch.
he sat by her bedside 24 hours a day, wouldn't leave the
My
hospital.
gosh.
And then they had to amputate the next toe because that got
Yeah.
infected. So they had to amputate the next. So she'd lost 2 of her toes. But he nursed her through all of that. And then she went back to work, and then she met this guy
Yeah, through work.
through work.
Yeah, it's something to do with the
gee.
kitchen.
And yeah.
A
and
chef or something.
yeah, well, she went and she ended up working at Hume Doors. She didn't go back to that place, but she went to Hume Doors, and she was working at Hume Doors, which is literally. But then, even with the 2 toes, she'd walk with high heels. All of a sudden, come around, borrow my clothes, because I always have nice clothes. And
Yes,
so she'd
you
come around
do.
every week
Yeah.
and pick out her outfits for work. And I thought, this is sus.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
was
Because
impressing
before
someone.
she was
Yeah.
like wearing tights and sand shoes,
Yeah.
never bothered.
Yeah.
And then
All of a sudden change.
and high heels, and she'd miss the 2 toes, and she was like, it was trouble for her to walk to work
Yeah.
in high heels with
So you go, what's going on
a sore
here?
foot, you know.
I can't
But
walk in high heels now and I've got all my toes.
Yeah.
I can't walk in like
He
that.
said
They're
to
only
me,
little ones.
Mum, he needs to let it go. Sorry to change subject, he's just having a good old chat. he showed me, it's the shorter of the brothers that's here, something about I need to let it go. He showed me his anger over his brother's death is too much. I just feel that boy is so angry. I don't see him outwardly showing it, but I feel he's suffering a lot more than what people realise.
I know.
And he said to me, Mum, there's going to be justice, but it's bigger justice. He wants you to know he's part of unveiling something much bigger. I know it's taking time because it's to do with this guy in prison at the moment. With his situation, it can't come out yet. But he showed me as things change with him, he said, it's gonna blow up, Mum, and it's gonna be really big.
It's media.
Yeah, and he said, and I want you to not worry. He said, when it blows up, he said, it's gonna be too late and you're gonna be safe. So I think had this blown up earlier, your family could have been in some sort of jeopardy because I just know they're dealing with bigger people. But once this comes out, it's like people that are involved are either gone, dead, passed. It's where there's no comeback on your family, and it's such a big deal that your family is completely protected. And then he laughed about victims' compensation, and I said, oh, shut up.
I know.
It's
And
so funny.
Funny
It's
enough,
so funny.
my friend, she actually got attacked. She's a very close friend of mine. I was sort of like her support. And she got attacked, and she was talking about victims' compensation only a couple of you're saying it.
Yeah.
She said, you can get victims' compensation.
Yeah, he wants you to.
You will after the coroner's inquest.
He wants you to. He's really big on that.
I
And
just
he
want
knows,
to find out. I just want closure. I'm not.
He knows you're not someone who would go for that or wants that, but he wants you to please really consider that or take that. Because your family does help so many people that anything good that you get, I mean, you think about the people you help, it's always shared. So he is telling you, please don't deny that or refuse that. You know, and I think that's a hard thing he showed me anyone, he really is a champion for everyone. I'll give you this back. He showed me it's a hard thing, please. For anyone who has been in this situation to accept some sort of victim's compensation, you almost feel bad about it. But he said, no, please do, because it does make them quite happy on the other side. And it gives you an ability to help others or do something in his name. And he said to me that you already have the plaque made up, you just don't have anywhere to put it.
I haven't made up his plaque. I've got bits that are my bits of him everywhere.
Yeah, because he showed me it's already made up. I saw something on a white stone and it's already made up. So I don't... I can't unsee that.
He's talking about my granddad's grave, because it's really strange, because all these things keep appearing on my dad's grave.
Yeah. Is it white stone?
Yes, it's white stone.
Because it's white stone, because he shows me it's already made up.
My daughter went there the other day. She says, Mum, did you come down and put this? And it's weird. It's like a plant.
Yeah.
And it's like a cactus, which and it's literally put right in front of all the flowers and everything.
These people are
and
putting
they just
it there
keep
for
appearing.
Trent. Someone's putting it there for Trent. Someone who can't, and someone who feels really guilty, someone who's involved in this. And it could be around that shorter guy, but there's so much guilt because there's a young man here, I can't say young, but younger than me anyway, who's really, really suffering. And I know there's a blonde woman attached to him, and it's like this is who keeps doing this, because the guilt and the suffering with this person's incredible. I feel like this person wants to crack and speak.
Do you think with the guilt, though, that they will eventually
I do believe so.
Because all of them, whenever the police go to interview them, they won't
Because Corey
do an
won't
interview.
fall apart.
Corey didn't. They've already interviewed.
Josh, I feel, will fall apart.
Josh is the softer of the two. He's really soft. Cause
the redhead he doesn't trust. The redhead is behind it. But Josh is, I just feel suffering so much. I feel like I'm in agony.
Are you going overseas?
No, my daughter is.
When is she going?
2 weeks.
Yeah.
She's excited about the overseas trip. Where is she going?
She's going to Dubai, Italy, back to Dubai, and then Singapore.
He's going everywhere with them, isn't he? He likes hanging out with them.
He's talking about this trip is something to do with her career. There's an opportunity coming with her career. Is this a doctor?
Yeah, she won't be doing it because her kids, she won't do anything to do with her career at the moment.
It's still an opportunity. Whether she takes it or not is up to her.
Well, she got offered to find the vaccine, because she does infectious diseases, to do find the vaccine for COVID, and she turned that down. That would be a real breakthrough.
There's an opportunity coming, and you know what? It might be offered to her now. She may not take it till later. There's 100% an opportunity, because he said to me she's got a lot of good things.
Gifted.
He said she's the brains of the family.
She's real go-to.
And he goes, no one knows where she got them from.
From her mother. Well, it wasn't a father, you know, it was a mother.
Oh, of course. I never doubted that for a second, but
Do
he's...
you know, sorry to cut you off. It's funny looking at his picture, he showed me a conversation he had with you where he actually said to you, Mum, I'm not going to have a long life.
Yeah, he did.
And he said to me he knew his fate, he accepted it, and he wasn't scared in any way, he didn't suffer.
Wasn't scared of dying.
He said to me, I don't want you to be upset.
Yeah, he knew his destiny. And he said to please, to live with that, to remember that he knew. He never wants you to feel like he missed out because he didn't want to be an old man. He can't be an old man.
No, he's died handsome.
Yeah.
You know,
he's a
still
womanizer.
picking up.
Even though he
still
was
picking up. Even though he's loyal and faithful.
he was very
he's a
loyal.
flirt.
He was
flirt.
yeah, he'd flirt with
Yeah.
everybody. I was like, oh, he just
Yeah.
had the gift of the gab.
He does.
He really did.
but you know what? The whole empathy with him, it's the thing where he could talk to you and think when you're talking to him, it's just about you.
Yeah, that's right. It
Do you know
makes
what I
you
mean?
feel like you're the only one.
person, and
Yeah.
he would just engage you, and he would just bring you into that warmth because I can feel the warmth. And whether you were, you know, you could have been a hooker, could have been anything.
Yeah.
He didn't care. It was about
Yeah.
just giving every person an opportunity or a chance.
He really
Or
didn't care.
He was
or
really-
he'd
he was a
give
real
them
champion.
a laugh. They said to him, like, I don't know what pub, it was some pub in Bankstown, and they said, dress
Three
up in
Swallows.
your pyjamas. No, it wasn't. I think it was I can't remember what it was called. It wasn't the Three Swallows. It was, I don't know what.
She
pub.
made a joke
It'll come
about
to
that.
me.
You don't want to know.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
something with 3 swallows, 100%.
I don't know what pub it was, but he went in
Yeah.
his pyjamas and his slippers, and he was always good at dancing. So yeah, so then he stood in the pub and he was doing, and they're all clapping him. But that's his personality. I'll
Yeah.
take you up on that bet,
Yeah.
you know. But then obviously he had his gear in the car because he had to always look immaculate. So then
Oh, he
he'd go
liked
and get
clothes.
changed. Yeah,
He liked
He
clothes.
loved his clothes.
Loved
But he
He
said
had
cologne.
that he
so
was,
many and shoes, so many shoes.
But his cologne, what did he wear? It's like,
he always had different. Oh, he always smelled nice.
He
Yeah,
has
'cause it
the
smelled like
worst
cologne.
sense of humour because he keeps showing me it's not a bad thing they haven't found his body because he said he put on some weight and he wasn't happy about that. He reckons he wasn't his optimum weight. He keeps showing me like a gut. And he said to me, I don't want to be remembered like that. He said everyone's showing the good photos, keep it that way. Yeah.
I just hope the closure comes sooner rather than later for you.
Yeah, I know.
so
It's
And I
hard.
guess that just the nicest thing is he's still with you.
I
2026,
don't think
he
they,
said.
you know, they can take him away, but they can't take his spirit
No.
and his love because that will
No.
always stay with me.
Nor
And
his
I just have to
memories.
go day to day,
Yeah.
100%.
and like because your mind kind of closes off because
does.
it's just
Yeah.
too painful. So you have to sort of close it off and then concentrate and sort of like dig deep and think, well, what am I going to do? And so I concentrate on my family.
Perfect.
I concentrate on
Yeah.
my friends. I help my friends. I help my family
Beautiful.
overseas. Like
Yeah.
literally, I'm on the phone 24/7 some days.
And that's him. In a
Yeah,
sense,
that's
you've
right
almost become more of who he is. You've embodied everything that he is.
And I think I take that from him. I think I take
Yeah.
that strength from him because
You
people say,
absolutely do.
"Why you do it? How can you have that
Yeah.
strength when you've lost your son and in such a
Yes.
cruel manner?" And I said, "Well, I've got to find that strength, but I think I find that
Well,
through
he would
him
have been
in
that
me."
person.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He's given you that, you know, I mean, you've always had it, but he's really opened up that sense of compassion and kindness and generosity in you to help people without any judgment.
And
And
then I end up like
yeah.
him. See?
yes, exactly.
You know, I
Yes.
think sometimes you just have to protect yourself a little bit,
I
babe.
know.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming in and sharing your
Oh.
story with us because I think
Thank
you.
it's been amazing. It's very,
And I think it's an honour to work with someone who I know
Yeah.
is making such a bigger difference. You know, it's nice to know his passing is not in vain and he's not just a number, but someone who is going to expose something, even
Yeah.
if it is 2026. There's going to be something that's exposed that he's done, even if it's revolutionising or changing the way things are investigated. Everything about him is making a significant difference. Like nothing about his passing is just a run-of-the-mill disappearance. Even like you said, having those people come from overseas, even us doing the podcast, like everything
yeah, 100%.
about his disappearance is different. Like and when the truth comes out, because there's been so much, I suppose, exposure for him, it's going to really blow something wide open. So thank you for allowing us to be part of his journey.
Maybe we'll get you back when the findings are,
Yes.
when we know a little bit more.
Yes.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
I know.
Yeah. But thank you.
One day we'll have closure. I can always hold on to that.
Yes.
You will.
Have faith and hope.
Well,
You'll
take
have
peace
closure.
in that he made a difference.
Yeah, 100%.
I think he definitely
made a difference.
He was only here for a short time.
Yeah.
But he was here for a good time. He said he was here for a good time. Wasn't going to be a long
His
time.
story makes a difference to me.
I mean, an impact.
I love my friends, but I tell you what, I wouldn't be going. I don't know if I'd be willing to die for them. Sorry, friends.
No,
but
I'm not dying for you.
Yeah,
man.
no,
Just
sorry,
so you
no. But, you know, he left his phone on the bed, knowing what an outcome could
he
be.
knew something was coming.
And
he knew.
Like, what kind of person is willing to die for their friends? I just think, what a man.
I don't know. I don't think he thought that would go as far as it did. I think he thought he'd go to just in case. Yeah. But
he must have had a gut feeling.
He knew something, but he just But thank you so much.
No, thank you for having me too.
It was lovely. Thank you.